Life's cosmic compound interest. The pile-up that takes place in our lives. Skin irritations, migraines, knee pain, wrist pain, low blood pressure, high blood pressure, diabetes, sugar. All of these are names of pile-ups. They are not the pile-up itself. What is in this pain? What is in this low blood pressure? What is in this migraine? What is the pile-up? And what is in this pile-up is what needs to be cleared as we go forward. But for now, lightly light. When the light comes in, everything heals. And when you bring in the exclamation mark, that's bringing in more light. When you bring in the lightning, it's bringing in more light. When you do the sweetheart and the oxygenation, that brings in even more light. Everybody, please do it around your belly button. This is a standard place. Every day, how many ever times you remember, please sweetheart and oxygenate your belly button. If you have a particular body part that is aching, that is not okay, skin irritation, someone said, then use the fingers of one hand and do a heart around that area, and then do O2, which is the oxygenation around the area. Have water, see how you are in 1 minute. Step by step, day by day, 1 second at a time, 1 gesture at a time, 2 words at a time is how you move towards that greater, grander future. It's how you move towards fulfilling your potential. It's how you move towards living your life purpose. It's how you move towards completing your destiny, which is what you came here for. How are we doing? I think I haven't let Neelu speak even though I think I've asked 3 times, but I haven't given her the opportunity to speak. So go for it, Neelu. Let me know how everybody is.
Yeah, and there's feeling very, very light, says Wahida, and heaviness on shoulders, says Shivani. Radha says, felt tightening in a good way around my belly, feeling relaxed, and everybody did write in with the lightly light, with the lightning symbol and the exclamations and the lightly light in it. And Nidhu, quite a few people have raised, including Kamlesh and a few other people have asked about like autism issue. How would you say would it still be the same way, lightly light, or would it take a different way or form of saying it? Because they very specific, 2-3 have asked about autism.
Correct. Again, anytime, anything, anywhere, no matter what you're calling your pile-up. However, for things that are disordered like this, physically, mentally, emotionally, the practice takes longer, and the practice is for everybody around that person. Because it's not just about the person who's autistic. It's about all the caretakers around who are having to care for the person who's autistic. You need to feel better. When you feel better, nothing seems like a challenge. So there are 2 levels at which this is supposed to be treated. One is you and what you are going through, because remember, everything good begins with feeling better, lighter, brighter. If you yourself are heavy, low, in pain, stressed out, what's going to happen? Not a good result. Nobody became a multimillionaire or got into a happy relationship or a phenomenal job by being stressed and negative. So number 1, for you to take care of your own energy status on a daily basis. There is no compromise on that. Things pile up. What is the compound interest you are paying because you didn't know you had to clear energetic debris and residues for the last 10 days, for the last 10 years, for the last 10 lifetimes. Life cosmically compound interests. How much cosmic compound interest are you generating by doing already better every day? How much cosmic compound interest are you generating by doing lightly light? What if you were to do this for the next 5 days? What would happen? What if you were to do this for the next 15 days? What would happen? What if you do this for the next 1 month? What would happen? Like, just the thought of it is like bursting out of me. If you did this for the next 6 months, what would happen? If you did this for the next 1 year, what would happen? Life cosmically compound interests. The good, the bad, the lovely, and the ugly. The light, the bright, the not so light or bright. What will you cosmically compound interest from today onwards? You have a choice. And quick reminder about life's cosmic compound interest. If you haven't taken a bath over the last 10 days, please don't call anybody home. How would you feel? How would you be? But you don't take a bath for 1 day. How would you be? Everything builds up. Everything piles up. Especially traumatizing, unhappy, bleeding, wounding memories, thoughts, feelings, experiences. Not to mention that each one of us has a mother and father wound that is also part of the pile-up. And having said mother and father wound, with me just 3 times, and you can ask me, how is this working? And I will be so happy to tell you, but I want you to first try it for yourselves. 3 times, everyone. Mother wound. How is this a decree? I will explain. You just say mother wound 3 times. And have water. Mother wound, mother wound, mother wound. How are you responding? What's happening inside you? What's coming up? 3 times now. Father wound. Father wound, father wound, father wound. Have a sip of water.
Well, I know people are already writing in, and I will just tell you. But yes, it's 2 words, 3 times each time, enough for you to go into an emotional state. You don't know why, you might not even think of a specific incident, but just saying that, and the water works will start very soon. I'll go get my tissue box. So yes, and I'm just reading what everybody's written very quickly. And also, just while I bring this up, Bhupesh's skin irritation was gone, and somebody else, Vamshi's, has reduced.
Good.
Just
Good.
heavy feeling, says Rajalakshmi. Emotional, says Sandhya. Neutralize, says Satyajit. Wants to cry, says Parvati.
Please do.
Sonali says, kindly repeat, couldn't understand the word wound. Just repeat it, Nidhu.
Wound. 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 Like a wounding. Like wounded.
Chot lagna, wound. So Neetu says mom was heavy, felt like crying, says Indira. Neha says heavy. Sanjeev is yawning. Vijay Kumar is feeling emotional. Gitika says with father wound, tight pull in the stomach, emotional. Neetu says, Neetu, I think, just said mom was heavy, father was sweet and calming.
Nice.
And Shashi Kumar says, all suffering of mom came in front of my eyes. Shivani says nothing, no emotion. And Priyanka's asked, can do for generational wounds or traumas too?
Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. But first, let's
Patronize
share
heavy.
of the heaviness that's come up, of the sadness that's come up, of the pile up that is showing. Because as our parents' children, we carry half from our mother and her lineage and half from our father and his lineage. Therefore, our mother and father wounds are also their mother and father wounds, are also their mother and father wounds, and therefore become ancestral wounds, generational wounds. Please, already better, already better, already much more better. Absolutely already much more better. Lightly light, lightly light, lightly light. Treatment off, treatment off, treatment off. Let's be healed. Let's be healed. Let's be healed. Have some water. I'm not done. I want you to try this as well. Clear myself. Clear myself. Clear myself. Letting go. Letting go. Letting go. Calming down. Calming down. Calming down. Have water. Please cry. If tears come, must never stop tears. Louise Hayes says that tears are the rivers of life, and therefore you must let them flow. We always feel better after a good cry because it lightens up our chest. Please cry. Please be heavy in peace. Please also be light in peace. Tell me about the heaviness. Tell me about the emotionalness. Tell me about the sadness. Tell me about the sinking feeling in the stomach. Tell me everything.
Jitu had written in, Leila has written in saying, ma'am, when you don't get an immediate shift, as I'm trying since 2 days, but no emotions, is this okay?
Absolutely.
Right. And even Jitu wrote, I'm not getting anything. I'm not feeling anything. So, yes.
So stand up, go for a walk, repeat the decrees, or lie down, have a walk. If you have too much stress, too much pressure, too much hatred, too much rage, too much disconnection, too much anxiety, then you will be numb.
And
that's
suppression, right, Nidhu?
What's that?
Suppression.
Basically it's suppression. You don't know how to process. So you numb out, you check out. And so does your awareness. But you're hearing the words. The power of words is the power of words. How we are all reacting differently is because the words themselves are carrying the power. So even if you're not picking up on it, it is still working.
Tinley's crying. Madhu says heaviness gone. Vijay Kumar says lots of love and
Beautiful.
I'm sorry, I just lost the message. I think he said lots of love and light. And there is Satyajit says loads of love and gratitude. What a divinely blessed spiritual you are. Oh my God. So simple, so powerful, says Hans. Then some my water is so sweet now, says Trishi, crying. Right. Lots of love and lightness. That is what Vijay Kumar said. Sarika says, mother wound, feelings of forgiveness. Father wound, feeling so much unconditional love, tears flowing. Dad is no more. I miss him. Oh, sorry. You see other people's emotion. You get emotional. So lightly light, lightly light, lightly light. So
Yeah, and
having a release, and this is how groups work. I'm also releasing.
that's true. Take your time.
So, thank you, Nidhu. Thank you, everyone.
Yeah. Like somebody said, so simple, so powerful. How is all of this working? How is all of this happening? Of course, in understanding the power of words, and what words can do and what words really are, how they are doorways, how they are gateways, how they are portals, how they can open, how they can close, how they create our destiny, is much more on our first call. I want to tell you on this call about the 4 parts of us.
And sorry, lots of people have put in messages. So sorry, don't mean to interrupt. I also just had like a moment, but lots of messages in about still processing, beautifully light and joyful. Neeta says something just dropped in the middle of my chest. Mukesh had cried earlier and says never cried like this before. Tanvi says, as I'm saying these, there is a fight happening outside which got interrupted.
Good.
And yeah, so it's really wonderful. Thank you. Heartfelt heavy, clear myself. Can we say treatment for dog suffering? Says asks Malvika.
Already
I'm feeling so spacey, says Anisha, and felt heavy mother wound as my mom just passed away. Felt like crying. There's a lot of there's a huge bag of emotions that is definitely opened up and opened
because
out.
we've said emotion a few times, I think RK had said, what is sentient? Sentient
Yes,
is anything that can feel. An emotion is a feeling. Anger gets angry. Fear gets fearful. Sadness gets sad. So we never use words like get rid of for things like this. This is so important. Every emotion, every experience, every memory wants to be seen, wants to be heard, wants to be understood, wants to be expressed. That's what each and every one of y'all are doing right now. You are expressing. Whether you are expressing joy, whether you're expressing grief, whether you're expressing sadness, whether you're expressing depression, whether you're expressing anger, whether you're expressing frustration, whether you're expressing tightness, whether you're expressing stress, in the expression is freedom. So please express, continue writing. It's okay.